Video recorded interview between leading senior constable Brendan Dixon and Stephen Thomas Tone of 6 Barnes Way, Kirirup, conducted at the Pakenham Police Station on Monday, the 11th of March 2013. Stephen, do you agree the time is now 9:34 p.m. on my watch?
Yeah.
Can you state your full name and address for me, please?
Yeah, I'm Stephen Thomas Tone, 6 Barnes Way, Kirirup.
I intend to interview you in relation to recklessly causing injury. Before continuing, I must inform you that you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence. Do you understand that? Just speak up.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I must also inform you of the following rights. You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a friend or relative to inform that person of your whereabouts. You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner. If you are not a citizen or permanent resident of Australia, you may communicate with or attempt to communicate with the consular office of the country of which you are a citizen. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, I understand these.
Do you wish to exercise any of these rights before we proceed?
No, my family know where I am.
Right. What's your age and date of birth?
My age is 37. My date of birth is 7th of 12th, 1975.
Are you an Australian citizen?
Yes, born and bred, yeah.
Yep. Are you a permanent resident in Australia?
Yes.
Are you of Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander descent?
No.
Stephen, do you agree that you're back here at the Pakenham Police Station because of a domestic incident earlier tonight?
Yes.
Yep. And who was that with?
With my wife, Nerton.
What's her name?
Nerton, or Shanae. I'll call her Shanae, sorry.
So her real name is Nerton, but you say she goes by the name of Shanae.
Yeah.
So I call her Shanae, will I, during this interview?
Yeah, please.
And where did that incident take place?
At the home, we live in Barnes Way, Kirirup.
Is that number 6?
Yeah.
And who do the two of you live there with?
With our 2 daughters, Chloe and Mia.
And how old's Chloe?
Chloe's 3, just turned 3 on Saturday, and Mia's 14 months.
And how long have yourself and Shanae been together for?
4 years now.
And when did you get married?
March last year, March the 17th.
Can you tell me what happened tonight at the house, please?
We'd had an argument over her and my sister had an argument the night before, all day.
Which sister was that?
My sister Tracy. It was Tracy with just white, C-white, yeah, don't believe.
What was that? That was yesterday, was it?
Yeah.
What was that over?
My sister doesn't agree with the way she speaks to Chloe all the time. Chloe had a drink of water or something and Mia had taken it from her. I'm not really sure what the argument was about. All I know is that Shanae had said something to Chloe apparently that upset my sister. My sister was in the kitchen making a cup of tea. Shanae said something else to her and my sister had just had enough and said, well, you're moving away, and then they started talking about, we looked at a place in Grantville, and that's another, from where my mum, my sister live, it's an hour away. They live in Dandenong, so my sister can't drive because of medical reasons. She's got epilepsy, and so she was getting a bit upset that she'd be less able to see her nieces even more. And
so that was the argument they had yesterday?
Yeah.
And what happened today?
Today Shanae just wouldn't stop about it. I didn't know what to do about it. Mum and Tracy had left, and I knew that if I gave Tracy a couple of days, she'd calm down, she'd forget about it. Things would just go back to normal. And Shanae just kept on about it, and then she said something to me about her family and how her mum wanted to be at the party on Saturday. I didn't say she couldn't come. Her mum chooses not to be around us. And I said, well, so what, I'm expected to give up my family because you don't like my sister and my mum and you have a problem with my sister and my mum? And she was like, yes. And I said, well, it's not going to happen. And then at that time, Chloe was on the tramp, the trampoline, they'd had dinner, and I was just trying to give them some activities before I was going to run they've got a little seashell pool type thing. I was going to just give them that to cool down for a while before they went to bed, hopefully quieten them down a bit. Sinead goes inside, I bring the girls out, I filled up the bath, I chuck them in. I'm out there watching the girls for, I don't know, about, I heard the 6 o'clock news, but I think they'd already been in for about 5 or 10 minutes, and when I walked back inside, the microwave said it was 6:15. We got them dressed and dried, and then while we're doing that, she says, I'm taking the girls to Rose's, we're going to see Rose. And I'm like, well,
Who's Rose?
It's one of we met Rose through the Kurup men's shed.
And do you know where Rose lives?
She now lives in Druin. I'm not sure of the address. And her parents live in Kurup, but I don't know the streets across the road from the primary school.
Oh, so Rose is a friend of yours and
Sinead. Yeah.
Yep.
And I said, well, Mia was screaming. Mia's had trouble with ear infections in the middle ear, on the right side for the last 8 months. It comes and it goes, and it upsets her eating, and she's still not teething. She's like, her poor little body, from what I can figure, is fighting the ear infection, so she hasn't been teething. The poor little girl. And I said, well, at first I said you can't take either of them because Chloe's, at 7 o'clock we watch the Night Garden from 6:30 till 7, the end of Giggle and Hoot, and at 7 o'clock we say goodnight to Mum, we have story time, we have our little kiss and cuddle before she goes to bed. I turn the radio on if she wants the radio on, or open her window, so usually by 20 past 7, 7:30 at the latest she's in bed and I'm out. So, which is the routine for the girl. So she's, all of a sudden she wants to take the girls out at 20 past 6 at night. Mia's screaming at us already. That's why I'd got her out of the pool, because she'd had enough and she was tired and wanted to go to bed. So I get Chloe dressed. Sinead's like, I'm taking them to Rose. I'm like, no, please don't take them to Rose's. So Mia, I go to walk out of the lounge room, and Mia's standing at the edge of the lounge room, and she's still screaming. She puts her arms up for me, so I pick her up. I put her in my arms. I walk into the kitchen, try and find a bottle so I can make her a bottle to put her down in bed. I've given her a dummy. I'm having trouble finding the bottle. I turn around, I'm standing at the dining table, and Sinead walks in, and she's just put Chloe in the car. And she's like, I'm taking Mia. I went, well, no, it's Mia's bedtime. And she's still screaming at this time, like Mia is, because she wants to go to bed. And I'm like, no, she needs to go to bed. She's sick. She's unwell. No, I'm taking Mia. So she walks around to my left side, because Mia was in my left arm. I have trouble carrying with my right arm. I've got the little bottle and the screw-on lid, but no, what do you call it? Teat. I'm trying to find the teat. She goes to grab Mia. I go, no, you're not taking Mia. It's her bedtime. And she pulls again, so I push, and then I go, look, leave me alone, just get away from me, just take Chloe and come back when you calm down. I go to turn around. As I turn around, she's like stuck in between us and the gate. She won't let go of Mia. So what I did, I just got out of there, mate. I knew what she was trying to do. She was trying to rip Mia out of my arms. And so I've turned around. As I'm trying to turn around, she won't let go of me. So the gate's right behind her. The gate ends up, first the actual gate opens, and then the two little...
You say the gate, what gate do you mean?
Yeah, we've got a safety gate that keeps the girls out of the laundry and the main bathroom.
So it's one of those kiddie gates that's probably a bit over knee high or something.
Yeah.
Just to block off a part of the house.
Yep. And like at first, the actual gate in the centre opened, and she's gone through, and then the rest of it just come with her. She stumbled a bit, and so I've gotten up, and then she's walked off she's grabbed my phone from the kitchen bench over near the sliding door. I've gone to walk back into the room to put Mia into the cot and try and find her the teat, because I'd only just had it a second ago, and I dropped it somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. And then she comes walking at me, I'm calling the police, and and like it's right in my face. So I go to grab my phone because it's my phone. I'm like, well, if you're gonna call the police, go and do it with your phone. I'll gladly call them with my phone. I was gonna call his anyway. Then she starts pushing me into the room, and like I was in like we've got both the girls' rooms at either side of each other. Their doors are there, and we've got the linen closet. Mia's room's on the left hand side of the hallway. If I've got my back to her door. I go into the room. I'm going into the room to try and get away from her and grab my phone at the same time. She won't let go of my phone, so I just go to let go of the phone. She grabs my arm, and I'm still trying to get into the room, and then all I remember, mate, is I could start feeling my daughter like slipping, like I'm losing balance, and I could feel my daughter slipping and like falling a little bit, and kept hitting my arm, and I'm next thing I know I'm like this, and me is like rolled out of my arms and hit the floor. I go to pick her up, and Sinead just jumps on her again and won't let go of her, and I'm trying to check if her daughter's alright. I've got my daughter under her armpits, and I'm trying to lift her up to see if she's alright. Sinead is screaming at me. Mia starts screaming because Sinead is screaming. Then all of a sudden Sinead starts biting me. So I let go with my right hand because I've got no choice. I've got to try and, I don't know if I pushed her face or if it was her head. I don't know what I pushed, mate, but I pushed something out of the way, and that made her stop biting. I know she had both her hands around Mia. And mate, I just feared for my other daughter and got out of there after that. She wasn't going to let me have my daughter.
You took Mia and you left?
No, I couldn't. She was still holding me.
So she had Mia?
Yeah, she had me by that time, and she was on the ground. She'd fallen over me. When Mia fell and I went to pick her up, Sinead's just dived around on my right side, and she's on the ground trying to get her, and I'm trying to get her up.
So have you at any stage hit Sinead or pushed her to the ground?
No, the only time I pushed her was when we were at the dining table. I was trying to get away, and there was more.
Did she fall over when you pushed her?
No, the gate fell and we both stumbled a bit, but no one actually fell.
At any stage did she fall to the ground?
No, not until me actually hit the ground, and then she dived past me. She didn't. Well, by that time when Mia fell, this I think she let go of this arm because all I know is I had this arm free, and I was trying to pick Mia up off the ground, and she come from this side and landed on the ground. I think she jumped or something to get her. So, but yeah, I was looking at Mia at the wall, and she was still behind me when Mia fell. So
after Sinead had Mia, what did you do?
I just got out of there, mate. I just ran and jumped in the car, and then just drove around the corner to get away from her.
And that was the car that she'd already put Chloe in?
Yeah.
And what did you do then when she drove away?
I rang the ambulance and you guys straight away. And got an ambulance there, and just waited in Catani Avenue.
So the whole issue in relation to you and Sinead fighting with each other tonight, as far as physically fighting, it was more of a wrestle for your daughter?
Yeah, and it was
Did you at any stage intentionally injure her?
Who, me?
Injure
Sinead? No. But I was trying to get her out of my space when she tried to rip me out of my arms at the first time. So I was like moving and.
She's saying that at one stage you pushed her and she fell over.
No.
You're saying the only time she fell over was when she dove past you to go to get.
That was the only time she was on the ground.
So when Mia fell, what did Mia do to herself?
I don't know. She hit it on the way down, but she rolled off my arm, and she landed on her chest, and I don't know if she hit the toy box as she went down or as she actually hit the ground. She might have hit it. I don't know, but
and from what I saw, she got a mark on one side of her face. Is that right? From where she hit?
And I haven't. They wouldn't let me see it.
Alright, well the ambulance came and checked her out, and I spoke to the ambulance and they said she was fine,
Yeah.
and she just had a little graze on the, I think maybe the left side of her face, but she's fine. Alright. Alright, is there anything else you have to add to that incident?
I'm not going back.
You're not going back?
I've had enough. This is. She's violent towards me, mate, and I'm always the one in here getting interviewed and getting dragged around in police cars. So I've had enough. I'm going tomorrow to get custody of my kids. This is worse for her. Every time she does this to me, it takes me months to get over it. And every time we have arguments, we get counsellors involved. And I'm always the one making changes to go back into the relationship. And then I make them changes, and then we still argue because she's still not happy, and telling me that I have to give up my family because she has a problem with them.
Might be time for a change, eh? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we have to make some more inquiries in relation to this, alright, as to whether we look at any offences between the two of you for your fight you had tonight. Alright. So at this stage you may be charged with recklessly causing injury or unlawful assault. You're not obliged to say or do anything. But whatever you say or do may be recorded and given evidence. Do you understand that? Do you wish to say anything in answer to the possible charge?
What about the marks I have on me, mate?
Can you just show those for that? How have they happened?
I'm not sure about that one, mate. I've got no idea.
Do you think that probably happened while you've been fighting over Mia?
She had a hold of my right arm when I was in the bedroom, and Mia started falling. She pulled my right arm away from me.
And that's happened during the struggle for Mia. You got scratches on your right arm, around your bicep, and on your forearm.
And that's where she bit me, mate. She actually bit me after Mia had fallen. I was trying to make sure she was all right.
You got some marks there on your forearm. Are you saying they're bite marks?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and that one. Yeah. I think that one's an old one, but they are she was biting. Yeah. And that was, I can't remember what I was pushing, but I don't think it was her face. I'm pretty sure it was her hand or something that I was pushing away. Just stop her from biting me, because as you can see the bite's up there, so.
I just have to ask you questions about fingerprints now. Right, so you may be charged with recklessly caused injury. Your fingerprints are required for the purposes of identification. Your fingerprints may be used in evidence at court. If you refuse to give your fingerprints voluntarily, a member of the police force may use reasonable force to obtain them. If you are not charged with a relevant offence within 6 months, or are so charged, but the charge is not proceeded with, or you're not found guilty of the offence or any other relevant offence before the end of that period, the fingerprints will be destroyed. Do you understand this information? Do you wish to comment on this information? Do you consent to giving your fingerprints?
Yeah.
I now stop the interview. Agree the time is now 9:52 p.m. on my watch.
Yeah.